What up, though? Who is out there? Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are in another edition of Help Veterans Figure Out How to File Their Claims. Today, we're going to talk about the smart way to file your veteran claim. If you are out there right now, I'm not sure exactly what part of the world that you're in, so give a shout out, tap, tap, tap. Let me know where you are from. Right now, I am in Krabi, Thailand. It is 12:30 a.m. I am up, awake, and ready to go and help all of my veterans out there file their claim. Now, a lot of you are just nervous, scared. You don't know how to start. You don't know where to start. I had a veteran come to me the other day and say, how do I file the claim for anxiety? This is something that you would think if the VA was truly out there to help you, they would show you how to do these things, right? You shouldn't have to guess as a veteran how to file a claim to get the benefits that you deserve, because the VA doesn't teach you how to do that, right? So, hey, Austin, as you come in, guys, let me know where you're from. Tap, tap, tap in. I am from Detroit, Michigan. What up, though? If you are a veteran who has never filed a claim, if you are a veteran who has filed a claim and have been denied, if you are a veteran who has filed a claim and gotten a rating and you do not feel you've gotten the rating you deserve, please reach out to me. Send me a DM. Let me know that you need assistance. I am here to help any and everyone that comes to me looking for assistance. So, hey, as you guys come in, let me know where you're from. Tap, tap, tap in. I am from Detroit, Michigan. I am here to help every veteran out there get the benefits that they deserve. So we're going to talk today about how to file your VA claim and the steps that go into actually filing that VA claim. If you have never filed a VA claim, I am here to assist you. I am a part of a group. We are VBI, Veterans Benefits International. We are located around the world. I am in Krabi, Thailand. Like I said, it is 12:30 a.m. and I am making sure that any veterans, especially, of course, my veterans still in the U.S., they can log in and learn how to file their claims through va.gov, or to walk into a VA facility and file a claim, to go find a VSO and file a claim. There are multiple ways to get this done. You just need to know where to start. And that's where I come in today. So Ice Mike, guys, as you come into the room, let me know where you're from. I'm here to assist any and everybody. And then let me slow down a bit. So for a group of people that are truly overlooked, are veteran families, especially veteran wives, the ones that deal with us and our blow-ups and our hiccups, our isolation issues and the things that we go through. You are unsung. And so I salute you truly, because you're the ones that deal with, everything that comes along with being married or being related to a veteran. So guys, as you come into the room, let me know where you're from. Give a tap in and let me know where you're from. I'm from Detroit, Michigan. And then, so if you are a veteran wife or a veteran family member, and you're going through a lot of things because you know that your family member needs assistance, but they just don't know how to get it done. A lot of us, and especially me, I'm going to be honest, I'm like that. I try to get some things accomplished, but immediately after hitting a wall, I'm like, that's it. I'm done with this, right? So as you guys come in, let me know where you're from. Give me a tap. Let me know where you're coming in from. And then, so we have a hard time asking for help, and we have a hard time looking for assistance. It's very frustrating for us a lot of times to push forward because we've been told to suck a lot of things up. So veteran families, veteran wives, especially if you're out there, I don't want to say force. That's hard to say. I am going to work on creating an ebook that will help veteran families, and especially veteran wives, especially, walk their veterans, may you be a wife or a husband, I apologize, through the VA system, because it is a difficult system to go through. And as a veteran, you are told, suck it up. I know that sounds cliche, but that's exactly what we get told. So a lot of us don't go to sick call. A lot of us don't go get seen by doctors, and we carry that with us after we get out of service. And when we truly need help, Ron Sear, we truly need help, we don't talk about these things. So as you guys come in, let me know where you're from, man. Give a tap out, or give a tap. Let me know where you're from. I am from Detroit, Michigan, and I am here to help and assist every veteran get the benefits they deserve. So let's get into it. Let's really talk about it, right? What does it take to file a claim with the VA? Well, to start, you must understand that this is one of those things that you should take seriously. You must go get evidence to show your symptoms and your issues are what they are. If you had never gone to sick call while you were in service, that is a bit of a problem. I am not here to sugarcoat anything. If you didn't go to sick call, to sick bay, if you didn't get doctor's notes or be seen while you were in, Scott Lee, as you guys come in, let me know where you're from. Squirrel, what up, though? And so Trump support. Huh. Yes, sir. So as you come into the room, let me know where you're from. I'm from Detroit, Michigan. I am here to assist every veteran because I know a lot of us need that help, that push, right? So starting your VA claim, you need to go to the doctor. If you didn't go to sick call while you were in service, you must go get medical evidence that shows your symptoms and your issues are what they are. Let's get in here. Let's see what's going on with you guys. What's up, guys? As you come in, let me know where you're from. Tap in. Kim joined. What's up? Alicia, what's up, guys? John, what's up? If you've got a veteran out there that needs some assistance, they need a little bit of guidance, that's what I'm here for. So let's talk about it. You're a veteran. You did not go to sick call while you were in service. So you don't have any medical records or history of having your issues while you're in. If you were like me, I luckily went in while I was in. And I didn't even remember actually going in, but I did. So luckily I have medical records that show I have problems with my knees, my back, and a few other issues that are now documented in my VA records, right? So if you didn't go while you're in, how do you prove that you have your issues? You must go to the doctor. If you think that just because the VA is supposed to assist you in finding your records, that you don't need to go find those records for yourself, Shirley, Terry, Ellie, you're wrong. And you're wrong. The VA has a duty to assist, but I almost guarantee you they're not going to assist you in the way that you think they should. So go get medical records. Go get your history. Go find your history. Go get your DD-214. Go request it. Get your history. Go find your history. Go get your DD-214. Go request it. Go request your STR, your service treatment records. Go find your blue ribbon records on va.gov. Log into the system, Thomas Case. Log into the system, Joe. Log in, guys, and as you come in, tap in and let me know where you're from. We're trying to assist every veteran out there so that they know exactly what they need when they go into a VA claim. Because a lot of us go into these claims thinking that the VA is going to assist us, and they are not. And you're wrong. So, where do you get these service treatment records from? How do you find these things? Start in the most simplistic place. Log into va.gov and get your medical records. If you went while you were in, great, congratulations. They might be there. Preston, Michael, Shay, Melissa, they might be there. They probably won't be. That's the games that the VA plays. If you went while you were in and you can't find your medical records, you must go to the doctor now and find new and relevant evidence. If you didn't go while you were in service and now you're trying to find medical records, you must go to the doctor and find new and relevant evidence to prove your case. The VA will not hear from you if you don't have medical records to prove your case within the last 12 months. And a lot of you think because you were in Desert Storm or Vietnam in combat that the VA is going to just find your history. You're wrong. They actually probably will step over any medical history that they find for you. So if Cass Magic, if you think you're going to get the help that you deserve from the VA, and you're wrong. Think again. I am from Detroit, Michigan. My name is D. I am a 100% rated veteran. I am frustrated with the VA today because a lot of things that I am reading in the news that I won't get into are showing that a lot of our benefits are getting ready to go away. And I'm not saying that to fearmonger. I am saying that to say, if you are not already receiving benefits from the VA because you're nervous and scared to go get your benefits, if you do decide in the future to finally take care of yourself, you're going to find that there's less benefits available than there are right now. So if you're in the States and it's early and it's lunchtime, log into Victor Alpha dot. Hold on for a second. Golf Oscar Victor, GOV. And find your medical records. Get your history. That is the first part of the diamond. We throw up the dynasty. We throw up the diamond, like Jay-Z says. One of the biggest parts of that diamond, Pebbles, Jersey boy, what up though? So you guys come in, tap in, let me know where you're from. One of the biggest parts of that diamond is your medical evidence. And a lot of you think because you were a combat veteran, the VA is going to find that for you. And I don't mean to harp on combat vets, but even on that level of, I think, arrogance from a lot of us veterans that that the VA should know what we did is wrong. You must go prove your case. You must self-advocate. Only you are going to do this, and only you are going to do this properly. Now, if you need assistance with doing this properly, that's where I come in, because that's what I do. That's what my team does. And we are good at what we do. So if you need assistance, or if you know someone that needs assistance, please let them know. Send them our way, because we are here to assist. So let's get into it a little bit deeper, right? It's your first time filing a claim. You finally logged into va.gov like I told you to. You're sitting on your break and you're like, all right, this dude told me to log into va.gov. I got in. I don't know how, but I did. What do you do now, right? You must file a claim. Depending on your situation, there are different files you can and must file. If it's your first time, the file you must put in is a 526 easy. It is one of the first and easiest files you can find, excuse me, if you Google a VA form 526 easy. Let me slow down a bit. Let me read some of these questions. What's up, bro? Was denied the first time working on second round, but I definitely wouldn't mind more assistance. And so I can understand that, because I'll give you a little bit of my history, right? I am a 100% VA rated veteran, but I got out in 2004. So this 2025, I'm passing my anniversary, right? And then so I didn't even know what the VA was until 2011. Hadn't heard of the VA until then. And that was just in passing from another vet that I worked with in Iraq. So she says, you should go file a VA claim. You have a lot of back issues. You have a lot of these issues. And I'm like, yeah, I didn't even know what the VA was. Okay, I'll do that. And I spent a couple of years, I spent a couple of months building my claim. And then they denied me almost the day of me filing my claim a year later, and didn't even get zero. So I say all that to say, having gone through the system, I know the games that they play. Usually when they deny you the first time, it's a part of one of the three. It's usually a part of medical evidence, you not having a clear and medical nexus letter that says more than likely than not, and what a lot of us kind of truly overlook is self-statements and lay statements. And actually telling the VA your story. So I don't know if you were ever able to put that in, if you've ever done a self-statement, but this is when you get to talk about all the demons. And it gets deep, because the VA must truly know what's wrong with you from your standpoint. And if you go into that CP exam and you're not prepared for it, because you like to suppress your history, your situation, you're not going to get the rating you deserve, and or you can get denied and you go back through it again. But you go through it the first time and you learn a couple things and you feel a certain way, so you get a little bit better at it, right? But you can bypass all of that extra that I went through and get the true assistance that you need from someone who's been through it enough and has made it to, I guess you could say, the top. Now, there is no true top. There's always levels above the 100. Brother, when you get your 100, let me know. And then there's levels above 100. So I am a 100% VA rated P&T TDIU SMCK rated veteran. There's a lot of initials in there. Troy, what up though? Will I am, what up though? As you guys come in, let me know where you're from. Let me know where you're from. And if you do want that assistance, reach out. Let me know, because there's levels to this, and I have to be honest. And then so the severity of your problems, more than likely, you're not discussing them properly. You're not conveying them properly. You're not truly talking about your symptoms in a way that express what you're truly going through. A lot of us are very stoic. We don't want to talk about our problems. And when we do, we water them down. And I'll give you another little pro tip. A lot of times when you go into the VA raters or go into the C&P exam, they put you in with someone that they know that you're more than likely not going to open up to. Let's be honest. Men, when you go in and talk to women as a psych, a lot of us clam up. A lot of us say, well, I'm okay because I'm a man. And if I tell this woman what's wrong with me truly, she's going to think less of me. Ain't wrong. You've already failed the test. But who set it up that way? Did the VA do it on purpose? It's a conspiracy. It's a conspiracy. But I tell you, when you go in with these C&P exams, if you don't know what you're supposed to say because you haven't truly thought about your situation, you're going to fail the test. And then you're already being set up for failure by the VA in ways that you can't even fathom. So you're doing yourself a disservice, and the VA is helping you along the way. As you guys come in, OG, what up though? Give me a shout out. Let me know where you guys are from. I am from Detroit, Michigan. I am a 100% VA rated veteran, and I am living in Thailand. I could not afford to live in the States anymore. And I'm going to be honest with you guys. A lot of you vets are going through what you're going through because you stress every day, because you go to work, but you're in an environment that you don't work properly in. You're a veteran for a reason. You have that designation for a reason. Civilians are what they are for a reason. So if you think getting out of the military after 15 years, after, however long you were in, BJ, Jen, McSherry, however long you were in, that you're going to just assimilate into society. And a lot of us have a hard time getting into the work, the regular work. So you get fired a lot. And if you don't get fired, you quit before you get fired. So you can't work. You can't sustain an income. And so a lot of us end up being homeless. Why are there so many homeless vets? John, why are there so many homeless vets out there? So you overlook a lot of the things that the VA knows about because you're stoic. You don't talk about it. So you're stressing a lot in the States because you're working in an environment that is not conducive with your mental health. So if you're having problems at work, that is a big part of your VA claim. If you get in fights at work, if you get into verbal arguments at work, if you tell your boss what he can do or she can do with himself all day long, if you decide to not go to work and say screw it, whatever it is, what it is, these are things that normal people, just civilians, would get fired for. And then, so because it's us as vets tend to go 100 all the time, a lot of these jobs keep us simply because we do 80% of the work that only 20%, you know what the saying is. We do 80% of the job for the 20% out there. And then so you're struggling at work when you really shouldn't be working. So you don't go the TDIU route because you don't talk about it, Stella. You guys don't talk about these things. So you're struggling, and you shouldn't be, because the VA recognizes this. So this is another way to get to 100. I don't know exactly your history, brother, but if your problem is that you've been denied, I guarantee you it's because of one of, or a combination of three things. Usually it's between your medical history. It's because the doctor has said it's not service connected. I know you guys hear that one all the time. Or you failed your C&P exam and you didn't go tell the truth. So you guys have to learn how to really sit down and examine yourselves and say, if I want the rating that I'm looking for, I must tell the VA the truth. What up, though? Appreciate you guys. As you come in, let me know where you're from. Let me know what is going on in the States, because it's dark over here. It's 12:50 a.m. It's getting ready to be 1 a.m. But I am up and at it because I want a lot of you guys, and if you're in the chat right now, to log into va.gov, and if you're sitting next to a vet who just won't do it, log into va.gov and file a claim. File your 526 easy. If it's your first time doing it and you're scared and you need assistance, reach out to me. I'm here to assist you guys. Brother, okay, so what's up? They said they made an error in evaluating my claim. What up, though, NY, man? Hey, yo, that's my spot. I love NY, man. I tell you, I'm an undercover NY fan. Don't tell anybody that. And as a Nick, I was a big Ewing fan. I had his shoes growing up. So, Lindsay, what up, though? But yeah, I tell you, there's a lot of errors going on. So let me give you an anecdotal story. I have 4 dependents. And adding my dependents to my VA takes a little bit of work. You don't just have them added. You got to go through filing paperwork, right? So then I file the paperwork, and there's supposed to be back pay from the time my children were born to the time that the paperwork finally went through. And you guys, if you've ever filed a claim, you know what back pay is. And then so they pay me the back pay, but then I had another son, I had another child, and I filed new paperwork for him. And they said, oh, we made an error in your back pay, that you shouldn't have received what you received. But I know that that's BS, man. And so what's happening right now is that the VA, because of their cuts, and they like to act like, sidebar, they like to act like they're going through so much at the VA, but they transitioned over to ChatGPT years ago. So when they send you these denials, and when they tell you there's an error, and they tell you there's some type of paperwork problem, it's usually because chat fucked up somewhere. Excuse my language. Chat messed up somewhere. ChatGPT messed up somewhere, and they didn't check it. They didn't check it properly, and they sent it out. And then whatever the issue is, they're going to say that there was an error. So understand that a lot of the stuff that they're going through right now, they're causing to themselves. I'm sorry to hear that that's your problem, that they said it was an error, but there's going to be a lot of errors going around because they're having a 7-year-old genius send you denials. And if you've ever talked to a 7-year-old genius, they can be very smart, but they can also be very stupid at the same time. So sorry to say, but that's what it is, NY. But yeah, what up though, NY? Darkly Males, you come in, MJ, Gingy, let me know where you're from. Timmy's family, give me a shout out, let me know where you're from. We are here talking everything VA claims today. So if it's your first time logging in to va.gov, you've never filed a claim, you want to file a 526 easy. And then so that claim is going to walk you through a couple of different things. It's going to ask you a couple of different questions. It's going to make you feel like you have to have this information right now, and that is not true. You can put in whatever needs to be put in as a more of a stopgap until you truly do get your information, by telling it that you do not have a fully developed claim and that you will come back. You're putting a pin into the system, and you will come back when you've got better evidence. So a lot of you guys think you got to go into this thing, Jin and Michael, ex-con. You think you're going to go in and that you got to have it all up front. You truly don't. You don't have to have all of your evidence up front, but it's better if you did. If you've ever watched a episode of Law and Order, who would ever say that it's not better to have evidence up front? You want to have your alibi now. And then so go get your medical history done. Go get a doctor's note that says your pinky's broken because of your time in the service, that your mental health is exasperated because of your time in service. Ronald Anthony, what up though? Top $, what up though? As you guys come in, let me know where you're from. And then so getting your own private medical evidence is always the best way to go. Now I know it's expensive in the States, but you got to find a way around that. You guys can find ways to do a lot of other things that you want to. I'm sure you can find a way to go to the doctor to get an MRI, or to just get x-rays, something as simplistic as getting medical evidence to prove your case for a benefit that's going to pay you for life, for a benefit that's going to pay your children and your dependents for life. A lot of you miss the quality over the quantity. Go get your medical history. Go get your medical evidence. Go get your alibi up front so that when the VA starts to ask for information, you've already got it prepared. It's just that simple, Nathaniel. NATO, it's just that simple, guys. Donna Strickland, what up, though? You guys come in, let me know where you're from. Terry, what up, though? You guys drop in, come in, let me know where you're from. We're talking all things VA and how we are going to get these benefits in 2025. We're not going to wait until 2026. We're not going to wait until 2027. We're going to go get these things now because talking about my story again, and I got out in 2004. I did not know what the VA was until 2011. I got denied for the first time completely, not even a zero, not even anything, just got denied, and then didn't try again until 2018. And then once I went through it in 2018 and understood what was really being asked of me, I went from 0 to 70%. Now imagine me from 2004 to 2018 and the benefits that I missed out on. Such is life, right? This too shall pass. But that's exactly why I'm here, because I want the rest of you to make sure that you guys get what you truly deserve and that you don't have to have regrets like me. So let me know. I didn't really hit the TMC during enlistment. Will that hurt my claim? Hey, so let me explain when it comes to not having gone to sick call. The VA knows that a lot of you are not going to have gone to sick call. They know that already. They know that the suck it up is nationwide when it comes to vets. This is not something that's new information, right? So if you didn't go while you were in, yes, it does put a stain, it brings it down a bit. You are given demerits to start out with, but it is not a end all. You can always go get new and relevant evidence now to show that these things happened while you were in service. You say, how do you do that? Well, you go talk to a psych doctor, you go talk to an orthopedic doctor, you go talk to whatever the doctor is that you need to go talk to, diabetic doctor or whoever it is, nutritionist, and you tell this doctor, these things started while I was in service. This started while I was in service. If you know it started while you were in service, tell them it started while you were in service. That's easy. It started while you were in service. I developed diabetes while I was in service. How do I know? Because I was on the Fat Boy program. They kicked me out because I had diabetes. I was fat. I was about 280 pounds on my way out of the door. I'm 5'10". That is not reg. That is not standard. But I was stressing, and there was so many other things going on in my life. I needed to be gone, and they needed me gone as well. So I say that to say, a lot of you don't know how to truly explain yourself to the VA. You must learn how to talk about these things. And you must prepare yourself and learn how to truly do it. Because now that you need no relevant evidence, you must be able to tell the doctor what your problem is. So no, you didn't go while you were in. Okay, that's a demerit, but let's fix that demerit. Let's go get new and relevant evidence. Let's go get new and relevant evidence. That's pretty easy. Oh, it's telling me I'm missing messages. Sorry, guys. I'm not sure exactly what's going on here. As you guys come in, let me know where you're from. Sorry if I missed the message there. I'm not seeing it right now. But then so spend the time. Go get medical evidence. If you have migraines like I do, how do you prove that you have migraines? You didn't get service connected because you didn't go in for your migraines. If you were like me while I was in, I just thought that they were bad headaches. So I powered through them, and I was having them damn near every other day. So now how do you prove that you have migraines? Well, one is you must track your migraines. When you have a migraine, now You must write it down. You must say, I had this migraine on this day at this time, and I had these symptoms. Dry heaving is my biggest. I must hide in darkness. I hate these headphones because they're not noise canceling enough. I'm gonna go get my bunny ears back because I drown out the sound that you guys know the tinnitus when it comes with louder music, more beaty drum type Kanye type JID music. Sometimes AC/DC, it depends. So if you can explain that to your doctor, and if you got evidence because you've been keeping track of your symptoms, you turn that evidence into the VA. And then you tell the VA, I missed days of work due to my migraines. Now, if you're not missing days of work because you power through them, you got to stop. You got to stop, man. Take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. Us vets, man, we got to slow down a little bit. Take care of yourself. And as you guys come in, give me a shout out, please. Let me know where you're from. I'm here to serve. I'm here to take care of any and everyone. I am not a gatekeeper. I want everyone out there to be at 100%. Every vet. I am to the point now where I know just going through basic should almost put you to 100%. I know that's one of those subjects. I'm joking, guys, but we all deserve it. We do. And then so let's figure out how to do this thing together, right? And that's why I'm here. So copy, that's what I've been doing. Good thing I've been going to VA since 03. And that's exactly what it is. You have to have medical evidence, and that evidence must be new. It must be within the last 12 months. A lot of you guys don't go to the doctor. You don't go get seen. Then you go to the VA and you say, I'm getting ready to put in a claim. And they say, but you haven't been to the doctor. So it can't be as bad as you say it is, because if it was, you would go to the doctor. Now you're caught in a catch-22 because you can't afford to go to the doctor. All you can do is go to work. How does that work? I feel for you guys. Go get your medical evidence, please. Go to the doctor. Go get the information that you need for the VA. Go get the first part, the biggest part of the triangle of the diamond is your medical evidence. And if you didn't have it while you were in, if you didn't go to the doctor while you're in, go prove your case now by going to a doctor that you can talk to. Spend the next 3 to 6 months building your claim properly, like the smart vet that you are. Go build your claim properly. Go get your medical evidence. And then so if it's expensive, say you got to go to the psych doc. The VA is playing games, man. The VA is to a point now where they're putting vets through months worth of wait to see a doc, to talk to a doc. I feel for you guys. Crystal Rivers, as you come in, what up though? Jimmy Washington, what up though? As you guys come in, let me know where you're from. So what can you do? You can also log into va.gov. You can log into va.gov. Log into va.gov. You can log into va.gov. You can log into va.gov and send a note to your provider saying, I'm having problems. What does that do for you? It adds it to your medical history with the VA. Whatever you type into that message board, the VA keeps on record. So then when you go pull your blue ribbon records, it's in there. You're saying, I'm having problems. Even if you can't get in with the doctor, it's in your medical history now. Log into va.gov. Log in and send a message to those guys and let them know what's going on, man. Absolutely, brother. Natalia, what's up, though? Appreciate you guys. So as you come in, and let me know where you guys are from. Yep. So then that's my story. Got out in 2004, didn't know what it was until 2011, didn't get rated until 2018. And then from 18 on, I spent almost every waking moment figuring this thing out. Because this matrix, it goes deep. I don't know if you guys have ever seen Sunny in Philadelphia, but I feel like Pepe, the board is getting ready to go up because it's a conspiracy when it goes on with the VA. There's always something going on over there, guys. I promise you. They're always looking for ways to screw you over. And so they spend a lot of time in Congress talking about this stuff, but on the most simplistic level, you guys get screwed over all day long, and you do it to yourselves a lot because you don't self-advocate, and the VA knows this. The VA knows that you're not going to come talk to them, and so they allocate your money to other things, and then you're pissed because veterans who actually do go through the system and get their claims right, and you don't, you feel like you've been, left out and jaded. I want you guys to come through and get this 100%. Everybody needs to have their proper rating. And so then, Kobe, what up though? As you guys come in, let's talk about it. I got a couple notes here. I want to make sure that I say it properly. So then, the supplemental claim. I don't even know how to think about this. Hold on, let's talk about it. 0995. Hey, so if you've ever been denied your claim, if you've ever been denied, brothers and sisters, or you've been lowballed, that supplemental claim is where you want to go. That's what you want to put in now, right? You want to come back and say, hey, listen, I've got more evidence that you guys probably should have considered. Hey, take a look at this. So if you've been denied the first time for your mental health, and then you go back and you say, hey, listen, I want you guys to re-look at this. I've got evidence to show something different than what you decided the first time. May it be a lay statement from a partner, spouse, whoever it may be, or from your boss that says, yeah, this guy takes off a lot of time for work because his migraines. The first time he turned in that migraine buddy, but the second time he went back with supplemental and actually turned in the migraine buddy and document a lay statement from a friend, a coworker, a boss that says he misses his time from work. This is his problems. So, my first time, I got denied. If I put in my claim December 22nd, 2011, I got denied December 21st, 2012. They waited up until the day to deny me. And then so once I got denied, it didn't even get zero. I got completely denied. Cool Breeze, Kobe's, you guys come and let me know where you're coming from. I didn't know what to do from there. I didn't know what came next. And then so they told me no, and I was like, well, that's it. Okay, what else can I do? And I left it there. And I left it there from 2011 to 2018 when things really started to go bad for me. 2018 was not a very good year for me. And then that just continued down spiraling into that big thing that jumped off in 2020. Was it 2021? It was global. And then so I waited until 2018 to file again, and I put in another 526 easy. And the system at the time, VA.gov, was pretty trash. So it failed on me a couple times. I didn't know what to do, but I kept forcing my way through and finally figured it out. And then this time I really started to do some searching and figure out what the next step was. And then so in putting in that claim, that 0995, I brought back evidence to prove myself this time. And then so you guys got to go find that medical evidence. Once again, Robert, Kobe, this is what you got to go do. Cool Breeze, you got to go find that medical evidence. This is a case of Law and Order. And if you've ever seen an episode of Law and Order, you got to have evidence to prove your case. And so medical evidence is the first part of that, right? And then so you go get that medical evidence and you turn that in the supplemental claim to prove your claim the second time around. And hopefully, depending on when you put in that original 526 easy, you may have some back pay coming to you. So, it'd be a nice little extra if you had to wait some time for the VA to finally approve your claim. So good luck to everybody out there, brother, especially. Hopefully you get it done. So let's see. I had my first C&P appointment and cried my eyes out. I bawled my eyes out. I laugh at it. It hurts now. It hurts still, but I bawled my eyes out the first time. And I thought that I was in there for a long term. I thought I was going to come back and talk to the psych again. And I'm sorry, sometimes my brain just makes up these things and I just think I know what I know and I don't. CC, what up though? Robert Young, what up though? And then so I'm talking to the psych and pouring my heart out, and she's almost crying along with me. And, at the end of it, we go through the whole gauntlet, and I say, okay, will I see you next week, or will I see you again? And she was like, no, this is the only time we're going to see each other. You can't afford me. So understand, when you go talk to the C&P examiner, you must tell the C&P examiner about your worst day. You must bring your worst day to the C&P exam. Now, if you think that you're faking it or acting when you go talk to the C&P examiner about your worst day, you're not, because they're trying to gauge within one meeting your symptoms, the severity of your symptoms. And if you go in there and you talk about how not severe your symptoms are, you're gonna get 0%. So I know sometimes our vet brains get these things confused. We're wired a different way. Will, what up though? Pat, as you come in, we're wired a different way. But you gotta let this stuff go. You gotta let it go. Like Elsa. You gotta let it go. And then so if it makes you cry while you're in talking, and if you feel like less of a man when you're, so be it. So be it, because now you're looking for help and the VA is offering it in financial assistance. And if you don't talk about how severe your issues are, you won't get the rating that you deserve. That's it. So if you go in and you say, the doc says, hey, how are you doing today? Mr. Will, Miss Pat, hey Jay, what up though? Cool breeze. And you say, I'm okay. Oh, I'm all right. Because you're a goofy vet who is used to trying to hold on to social cues and social niceties. So when you're really not, you say, I'm okay. So you just told an examiner as you go into an exam that you have to talk about the severity of your issues, that you're okay. Well, then the rater's there to write that down for you because you're okay. So if you went in there thinking that you were going to go get 100% and you walk out with 30%, it's because you told the doctor that you were okay, Jay. Well, that's the problem. So when you walk in, you're bringing your worst day. Today is not the day, doc. I had to drive an hour to come see you. It's raining. I'm missing my kid's appointment. I had to take off of work. I don't like talking to doctors. Who wakes up in the morning and says, I can't wait to go talk to my doctor today? I'm excited to go to the hospital. If you walk into the exam and you talk about how good things are, you're not going to get the rating that you deserve. So if you think that you're going in and you're lying about how bad your days are when the doctor says, do you have any issues getting up in the morning? No, doc, I'm good. Because today I was able to get up, but a week ago, I damn near had to quit my job because my back is torn up. You got to talk about your worst day, guys. Got to talk about your worst day. So I hope that also answers a couple questions in terms of the supplemental claim and getting denied the first time. If you get denied the first time, more than likely it's because your medical evidence is not there. You didn't prove your case. And then when you went into the exam, you downplayed yourself. You downplayed your symptoms. You didn't talk about how bad it was. If you've got any other vets out there that need that assistance because they just don't know how to talk about the problems, that the stoic vet, the ones that are always silent and never talk about, they never ask for help, you got to kind of push them that way. Let them know that a lot of these things need to come out when you go talk to the C&P examiner. And then especially when you do your self-statement and in talking about your problems in your self-statement. And so hopefully, brother, if you make it to a point where you get approved and you get that the rating that you're looking for the next time around, you won't have to go to the next step, which is a higher level review. And if you make it to a higher level review, things are probably already going pretty south, and you know it, and you're gonna really need to go get your medical evidence, and you're really gonna need to put this thing together. You cannot half-ass it when you go into the higher level review, because now you can't submit any new evidence. Any evidence that you submitted up to this point, that's it. You don't get to submit anything else. But you can ask the examiner, the rater, to look at the evidence that's already present with a new set of eyes and truly see if it's what you say it is. So I'll give you an example once again, because I've been through it all. I'm telling you, I've hit every point of this, is that I went in for a C&P exam for my lower back. And I went to this exam when they were still doing these exams at the actual VA. So I walked into the Detroit VA 15 minutes prior, because that's what I do, right? And the doctor wasn't even there yet. And then so it took me an hour to get down there in the first place. And now I got to sit and wait for this doctor. So, 40 minutes into waiting for this doctor, I walked over to the reception. I'm like, this is insane. What's going on with the doctor? Oh, the doctor's on her way. Oh, she's going to be here. Just hold out and wait. Now, let me tell you something. I knew to this point that I could not leave this exam. I knew no matter how frustrated and angry I was, I could not leave this exam because they were going to blame me leaving the exam on my denial in the future. These are the games that the VA plays. If I'd have left that exam, no matter how frustrating it was, they would have denied me for having left the exam. So a lot of you guys, when you get called in for these exams, you miss them thinking it's not that serious, and they deny you out of the gate. They just deny you, flat out deny you from having missed the exam. Don't miss the exams. Don't miss the exams. Don't miss the exams. Go to the exam. No matter how far away, how inconvenient it is, go to the exam. So now I'm sitting in this exam. I'm sitting outside for 40 minutes in the lobby. My back is lit because those chairs are trash. And then so I'm sitting there waiting, and the doctor's 15 minutes away. So she shows up about an hour and 10 minutes late. And then we finally walk into this exam, and I'm pissed. And of course she asked me the typical, how you doing today? And I say, Doc, I'm not happy. I've been sitting here in this lobby and my back hurts. It's not a good day. And then she proceeds to tell me the reason is she was late. I'd like to hear, if you guys are out there, if you're sitting there, you're watching, let me know why you think the doctor was late before I get into it, because it's a doozy. So then why would the doctor be so open about telling me why she was late? Because she didn't care. Because she didn't care at all. And a lot of times when you go in and talk to these doctors, especially at the CMP exam, they don't care. They're there for a paycheck. A lot of them weren't veterans. They're civilians. That they don't understand what you're going through, Cool Breeze. They don't understand what you guys are going through. Cleo, what up? Cleophas, what's up? They don't know what you guys are going through. They don't care. They're indifferent to it. They hear the same thing over again, over and over again. So, no. So, what up, though? What up, though, bro? What up, though? I'm from Detroit, Michigan. I am a 100% VA rated veteran living in Thailand. It is 1:18 a.m. and I am up and alive because I want you guys to log into va.gov. I want you guys to walk into a VA facility. I want you guys to help a vet out there that's just too stoic to do it themselves. I want you to go grab your uncle who was in Vietnam, especially Vietnam. I say this with all my heart. I've heard so many stories about Vietnam veterans, and I'm not raising one war over another, but boy, oh boy, the Vietnam veterans are the ones that need it the most. The things that they saw, the things that they went through. I'll slow down because I don't want to get emotional, but I spent a lot of time in the VFWs, and I talked to a lot of brothers. Cleophas, what up, though? And I talked to a lot of brothers in the VFW that were Vietnam vets, man, and it hits me to the heart. So understanding a lot of these vets need assistance, man. They truly need some push. So let them know that you can, hey, it's somebody out there that's willing to assist. But so then you don't go into the VA because you're stoic. So if you got a vet out there that needs assistance, you got to push them through it. Log on to va.gov. Walk into a VA facility and tell them that you need help. Go find a VSO or the VFW or whatever it may be, a DAV, whatever it is. Go get that help. Because no matter what people say about people like me, claim sharks or whatever it is, if this system was easy to navigate, every veteran would have their 100% already. And then so why do we get denied, Vince? Why do we get denied, Cleophas? Why do we get denied? If it was just that simple, why do we get denied? Because the system is not there for you to succeed. It's there for you to fail. So you need that assistance. You need that help. And that's what I'm here for, guys. So then I'm up in the morning here to assist. And if you guys got any questions, please let me know. I'm here to take care of you guys. So I went through, so I almost forgot. Let me tell you. So the VA CMP exam, she had just received a new puppy from her husband. They purchased a puppy. And this puppy proceeded to shit and pee all over the house and bed when she woke up that morning. And then so instead of coming to work and doing her duty like she should have done on time, she spent the next hour cleaning up. So that means that because she's inconvenienced, that I must be inconvenienced as well. I don't want to get too off topic. But then so to fast forward through this, I got denied. I was pissed. I was pissed at this meeting. Oh, I was pissed. So then I got denied my rating that I thought that I deserved. So I put in for a higher level review. Now I couldn't submit any more relevant evidence that I had, or that I could go get, maybe, I guess. But you can ask when you get denied for a higher level review, and have someone else take a fresh pair of eyes and look at the situation and ask for a conference call. So then when you get your conference call, formal conference call, you can explain your issue in totality. And I proceeded to tell the rater that was on the phone with me exactly about this doctor. And of course, just like what should have happened, I got the proper rating that I was looking for. This is what took me to 100% P&T. Me going into my higher level review took me over the top. And then so if I just given up and quit, Cleophas, if I'd have just given up and quit, I wouldn't have gotten my 100%. And a lot of you get pushed back and you quit because you don't know where to go next. That's why I'm here, guys. I'm here to guide you through every step and help you get the rating that you deserve. So I'm gonna be honest with you guys too. It's been a couple minutes, and I tell you enough about my back. My back is lit right now, and this chair is not the best. I need to buy a new chair for myself. And there's other levels even past the higher level review. It can go to the BVA, Bravo Victor Alpha, the Board of Veteran Affairs, a Board of Veteran Affairs, and be seen by them. But by that time, they're judges, and you, Jason, Darius, you guys, Midas, you'll need a lawyer by that point. So hopefully you never make it to that point. You get rated the way that you're supposed to, when you're supposed to get rated. But I tell you guys, please, 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 if you know any vets out there, like I said, especially for my Vietnam veterans, if you know anybody out there that needs the assistance, if it's you and you just don't know where to go next, you don't know what file to form, you don't know what form to file, you don't know what the next step is, you've been denied, and you don't know where to go next, please hit me up. I'm here to assist you guys. I'm always available. I am a 100% rated veteran, and I don't sleep. So if you message me, I'm probably going to message you back within a couple minutes. Hit me up and let me know what you guys need assistance with. If you need some more directional walking through getting your paperwork filed. And like I said, especially if you've got any veteran family, wives or husbands that need some direction, some assistance, but they just don't know where to start. I'm always here to take care of you guys. I'm getting ready to get up and go stretch, but hey, take care. Hope to speak to you guys soon, and hope to hear that you get your 100%. Take care, brothers and sisters. Talk to you soon.